All right, everybody. I'm Logan Alec. I'm a CPA. It is Sunday, May 9th. It is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all you moms out there. Hope your friends and family are treating you extra nice today with flowers and chocolate or whatever your heart desires. My wife, who is a mother, she is 9 months pregnant right now. I don't know how she does it, but she is doing it, and she's doing it well. So, very much respect to all you mothers out there. All right, so what am I doing today? Today I'm going over the Treasury Inspector General for Tax Administration interim report on the 2021 tax filing season. There's some stuff in here about, how the IRS is backlogged, how they're behind, how they're understaffed, blah, blah, blah. They also touch on the $10,200 adjustment for unemployment compensation if you're under 150K in income. So we're going to touch on that today. But I'm really just going to dig into this report here. So, all right, by the way, the Treasury Inspector General for Tax Administration, what is their role? They're kind of an oversight agency, I guess you'd call it. They make sure the IRS is doing what the IRS is supposed to be doing, right? They look for inefficiencies at the IRS, how the IRS can improve its processes for, taxpayers and things like that. And they issue these reports basically saying how it's going, right? And they'll do another one at the end of the filing season as well. Okay, so here's just some introductory stuff, right? They're talking about how they're having challenges in hiring sufficient staff. They're saying that over 4,000 submission processing function positions remain unfilled. And that was as of March 5th, right? So that's obviously a couple months ago. Hopefully it's gotten better since then. But yeah, so basically a bunch of kind of excuses on why the IRS isn't processed returns yet. I know many of you in the comments, I see it, hey, filed my return, where's my refund, right? Or, the IRS based my third stimulus payment on my 2019 return. Hey, I filed my 2020 return. Where's my plus up payment, right? Stuff like that. Well, the IRS is behind and they are backlogged. What else is new, right? All right, what else did I highlight in this thing? Okay, so this is what I wanted to talk about mostly. So they have this whole section devoted to the $10,200 unemployment adjustment. I've gone over the ins and outs of this adjustment pretty thoroughly in a couple videos from last month. I think a video maybe from the month before. I still see questions about it, of course, though. So just to give you folks a refresher, basically the American Rescue Plan said that the first $10,200 of unemployment compensation per person, right? So if you're married filing jointly, that could be up to $20,400. But basically the first $10,200 of unemployment compensation per person is excluded from taxable income for tax year 2020, okay? And you have to make less than $150,000 for that to apply to you. IRS said that they will be amending returns or adjusting returns for taxpayers for this adjustment, and that refunds attributable to this adjustment would start going out in May, right, for taxpayers who already filed their return, including the $10,200 as income, right, because the American Rescue Plan hadn't been signed yet. IRS said that for taxpayers who would be newly eligible for a credit, such as the Earned Income Tax Credit or something like this, as a result of the adjustment, should amend their return. Okay, but if you already had been, eligible for the Earned Income Tax Credit, but you're eligible for more now, right, because the exclusion, the IRS is saying it can do that adjustment itself. Review my video where I went over this about a month ago, I think. Link will be at the top of the screen and in the description below. All right, so what are they saying here? So they're saying their analysis of tax returns processed as of March 4, 2001 shows that the IRS had received over 7.4 million tax returns reporting unemployment compensation. Of the 7.4 million tax returns, nearly 7.3 million, that's 98.6%, had modified adjusted gross income of less than 150,000 and would likely qualify for the exclusion. That's a lot, right? That's a lot of you folks out there who are waiting for this money, right? Waiting for this money to go back into your pocket because the tax law changed. The 7.3 million returns report over $87 billion in unemployment income. I will remind you that state tax treatment of the $10,200 varies from state to state. You must check your state's Department of Revenue website, a tax professional in your state, to know whether or not that this benefit qualifies for your state, right? And the question is also, will your if your state is following the federal treatment here, and excluding the first $10,200, is your state automatically adjusting your return for you and setting the appropriate amount of refunds, right? So there's state stuff here that's obviously state by state specific. That is just too voluminous to go through in this video. I'm just talking about the federal treatment here and what the IRS is saying here. Okay. So they're saying the first refunds are expected to be made in May 2020 and will continue into the summer, right? So this could very well take a while. Basically, if you're single and you have a relatively simple tax return, right, I would expect that you would be among the first ones to get this adjustment, hopefully sometime this month, right? IRS said that. Single people, right, probably going to get theirs before married filing jointly people, right? Because married filing jointly people, right, there's two different unemployment files there. So obviously the more kind of complex your tax return is, right, earned income tax credit, if you were eligible for it initially, but now with this adjustment, you're eligible for potentially more. That could take the IRS a little bit longer to work through, right? In general, the more simple your tax return, and if you have single filing status, theoretically, the quicker the IRS should be getting you this refund, right? And it could come as early as May. Then again, I wouldn't put too much stock in the Treasury Department. I mean, they made a pretty glaring typo here, right? The first refunds are expected to be made in May 2020. Do we go back to the future? I don't want to go back to May 2020. They obviously mean May 2021 here. They just made a typo, right? And this is the organization, the agency that's supposed to be looking out for errors at the IRS. So, government for you, right? Okay, right. And here's a blurb about how taxpayers would have to file an amended return if they did not originally claim, right, the credit, but they're now eligible for this credit, newly eligible for the credit because the exclusion changed their income. I covered this in a video last month. There's some other information in here that you may find interesting. I mean, it's all stuff we've covered before, right? The recovery rebate credit for stimulus payments, the stimulus 1 and stimulus 2, the additional child tax credit that we've talked about. We're expecting that to start in July. That's what we've heard. I believe they explicitly said that somewhere in here. Where is that? Here we go, right here. All right, the legislation, speaking of the American Rescue Plan, also directs the IRS to make periodic advance payments of up to 50% of an individual's tax year 2021 child tax credit beginning on July 1st, 2021. Right, so that's what we're hoping. That's what we've heard. For those of you who are eligible for the 2021 child tax credit, $3,600 for children under the age of 6, $3,000 for children between the ages of 6 and 17. I hope that the IRS gets that portal up so you can elect for the monthly payments. I don't know if it's going to be election into the monthly payments or election out of the monthly payments, but we'll see. Hopefully beginning in July. So fingers crossed on that. Obviously, if they do roll this out in July, you'd get July, August, September, October, November, December. So 6 months. So basically half of the credit paid in advance for your monthly credits. And then you take the other half as a credit to increase your refund or lessen your tax due when you go and file your 2021 tax return during next tax filing season, right? All right, so I think that's all I wanted to cover in this thing. There's some administrative stuff at the end of this document that if you're into that kind of thing and kind of seeing how the Tax Inspector General is kind of keeping tabs on the IRS, you can read that. But in terms of general interest, I think that's all that's in this report that was issued at the end of last week. So, yeah, folks, I hope that those of you who are expecting a refund check from the government for the unemployment adjustment, the $10,200, I hope yours come in May, but just know that it could be delayed, right? Just like stimulus checks, right? Some people are still waiting for their third stimulus check, right? And that's completely unfortunate. But I do hope that the IRS gets theirs. Gosh, I do hope the IRS gets their act together and gets that cash in y'all's pocket soon. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. I got to get a drink, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.